Hi guys, and welcome to my first Market Watch video. I know that there are very prominent YouTubers already that are having Market Watch videos, but I kind of wanted to do my own little bit of a spin on it, where I'm seeing also the future of other sets. I'm sure Market Watchers mostly do that, and I know that you guys probably love Mario and ride my avatars, but I just kind of wanted to have my own a bit of perspective on it. I think that's okay. So the way I like to do Market Watch is probably like the current market and what's happening, and also what you should be looking for in the future, what you can invest in now so that in your future you'll be fine. So this is pre-restriction list. Now, Ultimate Cup has influenced a lot of things. I'm actually going to have a video on that really soon, especially my reaction to it on stream, because I found out the news while I was streaming, and I think that's a really funny reaction. So Bloomlord has seen a very big interest now that the Ultimate Cup is on, but it is still actually pretty down. If you want to get some AAs, I think now is probably a bit of a good time. It is an SR though, so sometimes I would like to wait. I'm not a big alt art person, but I would say that this alt art is definitely something I would be vying for. And speaking of alt arts, Hydramon. The alt art for Hydramon is $7. I think it's worth definitely picking it up. Now, the internet ruined this art for me, okay? But I actually do like it. I'm a huge fan of Koki, and this is probably one of his best artworks. It's just... yeah, people ruin stuff for you. That's just how it is. Now, another very popular deck, which has been probably shown, is Gallantmon. And Crimson Mode has started to increase. I hope you guys had your copies when you could. By the way, I'm not even going to just try and see the current item and listings because we've had a huge massive buyout, but Crimson Mode has increased, so I feel like it's not really a good time to try and get a Crimson Mode, and I've got an option for that for a current Gallantmon deck that I'm building for the Ultimate Cup, which has a little bit of spice. So if you have one Crimson Mode, you should be okay with Gallantmon. I think it's just good if you do have a Crimson. If you don't, you might have a very hard time in the Ultimate Cup. Now, there's some cards which people aren't really focusing at the moment, and that's Examon. So since Examon is not really playable in the Ultimate Cup, the prices of Examon cards have kind of had a bit of a dip. Now, if you look at this, the market price for a normal Examon is $38. But for Alt Art Examon is $40. Literally only a $2 difference. And I find that you might as well then just try and get an AA of Examon, because you know for sure that the Royal Knight set is going to be happening soon, and I think it just makes sense to get the AA, especially if the difference is that small. Another deck which has seen a great fall is Melga. Now, I know that might trigger some people's PTSDs, and it probably does with my own, but Garurumon's actually one of my childhood Digimon, which I've absolutely loved and adored for a long time. I just never played his deck because it was meta. Now I might actually take it up, but this Garurumon promo used to be $20 a pop when it was viable. The only reason I say, if you can pick these up for $4, definitely pick it up now, is because what happens if a restriction happens on Black War Grey? Now, the people said it probably most likely won't happen until after the Ultimate Cup, because they're using the Ultimate Cup to gauge and to understand the market. But I feel like Bandai already understands that market, and they're just trying to listen to the people who have had beef with cards for a long time. So I feel like Garurumon will definitely be something that you want to look out for in the future. Melga doesn't have any support, but I just find that if you can pick up this promo card, which was $20 for at least 9 months of the year or even more, for $4, I think it's worth just building the deck now and just trying it. Yes, Black War Grey is going to top for a long time. Nothing has really happened in Japan to like stop it, I believe. So I think it's worth investing in trying this, just in case you need a backup for any Black War Grey players. Lucemon, it has a little bit of a dip, but it is not worth it, I think, getting for $40. There was a time when I was selling the AA of this just because I wasn't a big fan of the AA. It was gorgeous, but it's not my kind of alt art. I don't know, I'm picky. And it was like $40. Now the regular art itself is $40. I say don't buy right now, or don't invest. If you can find it for trades, do it up. And speaking of that, a Massamon deck, Waifu Tax has shown how great it can be. It's kind of stifling a bit. It's $44 though for the AA. Now, for all of my Australian peeps, I know on the east side that they actually do currency conversion. So this is 44 UST, which means that's probably over $50 AUD, and I just don't think it's worth picking up quite as yet. Even me, I adore Masamon. You guys probably know that from my channel and from my deck profile videos. But I just can't justify picking this up. Now, that probably does it in terms of the BT11 kind of market watch. I want to kind of go into BT12 where a lot of people are kind of sleeping on it because I think we've had such a huge month of space in between like sets. Now that all the sets are coming at once, we can't breathe. So what is getting support next set? One of them is All Force. Now All Force, yeah, if you're a fan of our AAs, I'm sorry about this, but I'm just doing the basics for now. In case you're really trying to vie to just get a really cheap deck of All Force together, this is probably the cheapest you're gonna get. One dose a pop, easy as. Now, in terms of the main waifu of the deck, it has increased. Ultimate Cup, people have seen it now that All Force can be tier 1, and they're really going for it. They're really vying for it. So even just the regular AR is $50, $60. So a booster set here in Oz is like about $130, $150. So if you buy 3 Arena cards that are just normal, no alt art, that's a booster box. Yeah, we live in that kind of times. I feel like it's just with the hype of the set, everyone hasn't really had a set for this long, and also the rarities and commons and uncommons and foils have kind of messed up the RNG that you might get. So it's a bit interesting, and the alt art is just... The alt art is starting to rise again. It was lower before, but now it's just going crazy. I think if you have Arena cards and you want to sell them, best time to sell. If you want to buy them though, I don't know what advice to give you for that. Another thing that's coming up in which set, and I'm not really looking at the market price for this, but is Imperial Dramon. I feel like everyone's forgotten Imperial Dramon, but it's actually going to be getting support in BT12. I find it's like one of the easiest decks to set up because as long as it's a starter deck, it's very easy to set up. Like, you just get 2 starter decks, you're good, get some BT8 staples and you're fine. I think BT8 is a little bit harder to find now because of Blackwall Grey, but now that everyone's focusing more on the Blackwall Grey promo, it's probably a bit easier than now. Like, it's probably easier now to find, you know, BT8. But I think if you can get these like for $2 each, that's pretty good for an SR. Just go for it. Build the deck now so that when BT12 comes, you won't find a buyout. More about BT12. Because of the Ultimate Cup, everyone is ignoring this beautiful Royal Knight. Now, I love Jessamon. He's probably one of my favorite Royal Knights. I won't tell you who's my favorite. That'll be my little secret. But he's gonna be, his price is going low. For a secret, for $27, that's crazy. You saw Examon. Examon is still at least $40. So to have Jessamon as 27, that's pretty interesting. And the fact that we're going to get BT13 Jessamon stuff and it's going to obliterate a lot of the competition, I find that it's very good to try and get yourself a GX now if you can. Especially since everyone's focusing on Shoutmon. Since NA, when Shoutmon managed to come second, pretty much undefeated up that point, I think it is undefeated up until that point, everyone has ignored this Royal Knight, but everyone has forgotten about the Royal Knight set because ever since Nationals in the NA, like everyone's thinking, hey, now that's over, we need to focus on the Ultimate Cup, but having one-track mind like that can kind of make you suffer in the market. Next up, we're gonna check out on Gamamon. I know somebody just likes to check out Omnimons, but I'd like to check out Gamamons and just to see how they are. If there is a main character Digimon, like in the MC's Digimon, I think it's always good to invest on it. I think after the whole Rising Wind set kind of fell through, and it just came back up again, everyone's forgotten about the Gamamon cards. But I think if you haven't gotten any Gamamon cards right now, probably important to try and get it. Jellymon hasn't really seen any kind of moves, but I feel like Jellymon and Gamamon are going to be really good at Rising Wind set. The Angoramon, and Angora is my favorite, so this really pains me so much, is not the best deck, I think, from what I've seen and from some builds I've seen. But I think it's definitely worth just picking up these two while everyone's focusing on somewhere else. Guys, this was a market watch. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, and let me know if you want me to do more. I'll see you guys later. Bye!